do's and don'ts of when you're implementing that AI and for lead generation and for management.
And AI, just like our humans, need to be managed, need to be coached. And so it's something you have to stay on top of it. So a do, constantly check it. Constantly check what the AI is saying. Constantly review it and make sure you're providing feedback. There are a lot of providers out there and they are doing some amazing things with their AI, but they are not living this day to day like we are. And they are not talking to our customers every day like we are. So how can they know they need to improve something if we don't tell them it's broken? So I think that is definitely one of my big do's and or don'ts, depending on how you take this. And also just making sure that we have a smooth transition to the customer specialist or salesperson or whoever is taking over BDC, that conversation. Customers need to understand, where do you fit into the equation?
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Facts, Not Feelings. I am your host, Brooke Furniss, bringing you the incredible inside scoop of all things automotive in our incredible industry, and from the people that know it the best, with my incredible guest, Ashley Cavazos. And today we're diving deep into the transforming landscape of the automotive marketing, a little bit of AI in its powerful role, and the importance of diversity with, once again, Ashley Cavazos, who is the marketing director of DeMontrond's Auto Group and, drumroll please, the 40 Under 40 nominee. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this. So stick around and learn how she is steering change and bridging gaps in our industry. Ashley, it is such a pleasure to have you with us today. So you recently made a change. You were with Walzer for a long time, and you've made the change over to DeMontrond's now, and you're just obviously kicking butt as you normally do. I would expect nothing less out of you. But let's jump into this. How have you managed to foster a seamless communication between marketing and sales teams in your new environment?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something to build upon, right? We don't see a lot of this. You don't see that bridge a lot of times between marketing and with the sales team. So I'm super excited. DeMontrond brought me on. They saw the hole in their operations and how we can work together on building this process. So I am super pumped. We've been building a playbook. We're going to be launching it out to the sales team very shortly, and really just educating them, because in general, that is a piece that we're missing. We're driving all of this traffic to our showroom. We're spending all of these dollars in marketing, and our sales team has no idea where this traffic is coming from, right? And I think for me, a big part of where that passion came in and bridging the gap between marketing and sales is I started in the BDC. When I first moved to Minnesota, so I take that back. When I first started, I was a receptionist and I was an internet marketing manager, right, in Texas. But when I went to go and move to Minnesota to really build my career, it was through a BDC, building a process. And we were getting these leads and I didn't understand where they were coming from. And I'm a why person. How did this customer get to me? Why are they shopping? Where were they at? And I wanted to understand that so I can serve the customer and pick up where they left off. And this was 2013. We're talking about 10 years ago, but that's where my mind was at. And I think it's what really helped me be successful. It helped my teams be successful. And it's something I brought with me through the years of my experience and my journey. So to be able to bring that to DeMontrond, I've already started having some conversations with sales teams. We launched a DR tool at one of our stores. I gave them a one-sheet guide on what to expect. And they were just like, we've never had anything like this before.
There's something to be said when you start, I'll say, at ground zero and then work your way up. I mean, you look at any entrepreneur, there's a reason they started their company. And yeah, a part of it was obviously to make money, but the real reason is to solve a problem. And you look at, hey, I started a receptionist, I went to BDC, internet manager, and the number of times that we had the discussion of, wait, you're spending all this marketing dollars and all of the spend, and the people that are actually answering the phone have no idea what the hell you're talking about because they don't even know what the marketing is. You won't even grant them access to know that, oh, by the way, we just dropped $8,000 or $10,000 or however many thousands of dollars. And the people that are actually communicating with that first touch point, they're like, oh yeah, wait, we did what? All the what? So I love that story to hear the beginning to end where that is coming. So now you're like, hey, Now I can step in and say, this is how it's going to be done. And because almost like eating your own dog food type of thing, like, hey, we know exactly what's going on and how to fix that problem and that pain point and make it a better consumer journey all the way through. I just love hearing that. So there's a lot of talk about AI, and whether that's through the follow-up, whether that's through the consumer journey. How are you from your department and through the follow-up? How are you guys implementing that right now? Or even, I wasn't even right now, you're fairly new in this position, but in general, through your journey, how have you been using this over the last, AI has been around for a bit, but how have you been using that?
It's so funny. For those on that are watching and remember this, so I started using AI 13 years ago. If you remember the name Auto Ferret,
Oh my goodness.
Auto Ferret is what Conversica is today.
Mm-hmm.
The team at Auto Ferret built Conversica. Obviously, they realized Auto Ferret was probably not a great name. But I remember using that way back when at my Ford, dealership in Corpus Christi, Texas. And we were using it to interact with customers on internet leads. We had a one-person show internet team. It was an internet manager. And they were the ones handling all that traffic. And we realized you need some support. We're doing all of this marketing, right? And you're that first touch. And so we gave Auto Ferret a chance, and it proved to be super successful. And obviously we see Conversica where it is today, but most recently I'm super excited. I just spoke at the Drive-Centric DC20 event last week with Steve Ressler and the team out there and talked exactly about AI, right? And how we're utilizing it in our sales team, how we're talking to our customers. How do you even integrate AI into your sales process? My stores when I was at Walzer, we were the first stores to use the Drive-Centric GBT upgrade. Super cool for the team at Walzer that they were able to say that they helped build that product for customers using Drive-Centric and help give the feedback directly to the dev team on what it should be doing, what it shouldn't be doing. And there's always going to be growth from it, but it was super cool to be a part of that process and figure out how do we work that into our sales process and communicate with our sales team on it. So now working with DeMontrond, and we're looking at very similar situation. We don't have a BDC. Our salespeople are handling leads digitally. So I'm trying to understand where are those holes, right? Where do we have opportunity to utilize AI? And I think a lot of times we get scared by AI, right? Everybody instantly thinks like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to have a job. AI is going to take over. I even know talking to some dealers at the DC event last week, BDCs, and some are really like, okay, well, where do I fall in with that? We're used to taking these customers. Well, work with the AI. That is the goal of it. It's to help make us more efficient and get our customers answers when they want them. How many times do we get leads overnight and we try to get a hold of them the next morning when we open and we don't get a hold of them? Why? The customer is not online shopping at that time. Depending on where they're at, they could be asleep, they could be busy, right? If you got a night shift customer who was reaching out to us at 3 a.m. and they're shopping online, how great would it be to have an AI tool that can directly communicate with that customer right then and there?
I love that you brought that up, that there's so many different, AI has been around for so long, and yet all of a sudden, a lot of people believe and they feel that it's only been around since ChatGPT and since January. I'm like, no, believe me, it's on steroids now and it's out of control now. And I use it all the time so much. It's made my life so much better. Just understand it's been around for a long time, and knowing how to use it and where to use it, and understand that there's a lane for it. And to your point is that, man, if we're following up a lead, let's say if your process is followed up for 90 days, are you really following up with that lead for 90 days? And that customer, there's a good chance you're probably not. So let AI pick that up, because like you said with your example, if you've got a customer's at graveyard shift, you're not following up that customer. But let the AI pick up and say, let them text them, let them follow up, because it's going to look like the AI is so incredible right now that a lot of times you can't tell when it's done correctly, and you put that human element on there, on that human element touch, that human touch on there. It's really difficult to tell whether the AI did it or not. And so you put that touch on there and it's like, wait, now they're interacting. it took, 7 times for the AI to reach out, that you didn't have to reach out and you could focus on more important things. Gary Vee had a good analogy that when the tractor came around, that people were afraid the tractor was going to take away all the farmers' jobs. Well, last I checked, farmers are way more efficient and they could focus on more things. The people were so scared it was going to take away jobs, just like AI. AI is going to take away maybe some jobs that were not efficient and then say, okay, let's put you in other things. So I love that you brought that up. So let's take this one step further of like the insights of the do's and don'ts while implementing the AI, because there's so many different types of AI. So when it comes to lead generation and management, what are those do's and don'ts?
Yeah, and just to add something on the AI piece, AI has been here with like automotive aside, we're using AI in everything else. So why are we so afraid of it on an automotive perspective? Like if I go online and I need to talk to any company's customer service, who am I talking to?
Oh,
it's AI.
It's not a person. I don't tell you that much.
No, and we used to hate it in the beginning. Remember, like we'd call customer service and it's like that AI operator and taking you through the tree, or you're chatting online. We used to hate it. Now you're like, I don't want to wait for a real person. Give me something that I can talk to right now.
Oh, yeah.
So our customers are in that stage of everywhere else in their life. Why not? And that's true. In automotive or any other industry that is kind of not sure where it fits in. So that's really the goal is just meet our customers where they are. And I'm sorry, I was thinking about that. And I know we were talking about how do you even get that implemented, right? What does that process look like? Was your initial question before I was like, hold on, let me back up.
No, you're all good. No, it's true. Exactly what you're saying though, is that whether it's, I remember, I think it was Digital Dealer in Florida over whatever, was it November? I think Digital Dealer is. And Kevin Fry was saying that he had an issue with his a credit card. It had been an issue with his credit card, and American Express, also amazing customer service. And so he goes, I had to reach out to American Express. He goes, and I'm on the chat. At no point was I talking to a human being. Now it seemed like a human being, but that's all AI. But then I had to get it, synced back up to QuickBooks. Once again, reached out to QuickBooks. At no point was I talking to a human being. So all of this interaction, at no point was he ever talking to a human being. It's all AI. Now, in a dealer's mind, going back to that one, there's this scared of, and I know we're going to get into the NADA portion of this, and a little bit of you're speaking of NADA, but that change of that for it, we're so scared of the change portion of it. So that's number one. Number two, there's still a little PTSD of like being fearful of what's Conversica. And while Conversica was AI, there was still a little bit of heartburn of, well, it's going to be Conversica and it's not going to work. So there was AI back in the day and what AI is now. And understanding, like, if you're just going to throw AI on there, and this is kind of going into the do's and don'ts, and understand that if you're just going to throw ChatGPT on there and expect it just to do its thing, you got to watch it. Like, you can't just expect to throw something on there and expect a robot to do everything. Like, just slow down. Once again, there's a lane where it needs to go. So I'm going to kick this back over to you of like the do's and don'ts of when you're implementing that AI and for lead generation and for management, because it's great to have, just there's a lane for it.
Totally. And you kind of said it first as best. This is not a set it and forget it tool, right? And that's where we try to think with a lot of our solutions. Oh, just turn it on. We're good. It's going to do its thing. Why isn't it driving more deals? Why aren't we selling more cars? Because it has to be managed. And AI, just like our humans, need to be managed, need to be coached. And so it's something you have to stay on top of it. So constantly check it. Constantly check what the AI is saying. Constantly review it and make sure you're providing feedback. There are a lot of providers out there and they are doing some amazing things with their AI, but they are not living this day to day like we are. And they are not talking to our customers every day like we are. So how can they know they need to improve something if we don't tell them it's broken? So I think that is definitely one of my big do's and or don'ts, depending on how you take this. And also just making sure that we have a smooth transition to the customer specialist or salesperson or whoever is taking over BDC, that conversation. Customers need to understand, where do you fit into the equation, right? So if it's AI in your sales process, if they're doing follow-up, making sure that it is clear to the customer, Maybe this is my offsite customer care rep, or, just making sure they understand this is customer service. I will be working with you when you get to the dealership. Make that very clear, because customers are confused and they're loyal to the person because they know that we are commission or unit or, it's a sales space, and they know how we work. And so they want to make sure that they're giving credit where credit is due most of the time. And it happens. They walk into our showrooms and they're asking for the AI. And you want to make sure that that is just a very easy, smooth transition. The last thing you want to do is make a customer feel dumb and say like, oh, that's our robot. I'll be helping you when you get here.
Yep. I'm going to go back to your BDC days for a second. The chat that would pop up, it was always like Ashley or Brooke or whatever. The number of times that people would come in and ask you like, hey, so I was working with Ashley, or I was talking with Ashley, that I would have stores that would specifically go, okay, you are now Ashley. If anybody comes and asks, you're Ashley. Or they would, so once again, because no one wants to look stupid. Like that's, you don't know. So same thing, if you've got something like that, like that's the same type of concept that, and I'm sure your story, if you had some of a chat that someone's name, like now the chats are better now that they actually have someone's real name there, but it's the same thing. I was like, don't make people feel dumb. Like no one wants to feel dumb. Nobody does. And I think that's also goes to like the pitfalls of like trying to when you're integrating any type of process, especially AI, that it's the same thing like giving a prompt. The prompt is only as good as the person generating the prompt. So if you're telling it, and the downfall of like, depending on what version you're using, it's only good through 2021, or it's also, there's a lot of legal things you can get into as well to like just, CYA type of thing, but just understand does the consumer, when the consumer comes in, are you bridging that gap to the human element portion of it? I think that's really, really key to bridge that gap more or less. So is there anything else on your lead process and follow-up of, I'll say pitfalls or to make that process more seamless?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's utilizing it to your advantage, right? We are busy. We do get busy showrooms. We forget sometimes to follow up with the customer. So it is not a bad thing to let the AI take some of that conversation for you, or your engagement, right? If you're at a 75% engagement, why are you going to focus all of this energy on your 25% of customers who aren't engaging with you? Let the AI take that for you. Focus on your 75. These customers are talking to you. Give them the experience they deserve. The AI will eventually get a hold of that customer if you'll just let it do its thing. But obviously you have to do your due diligence, read the lead, understand where the customer came from, and answer their questions. But if they're still not reaching out to you, let the AI handle it.
And I think too often to your point is that like you're thinking, okay, how much energy am I expending on X, whatever, whether it's process or person, and to what? And it's not that customer is not worth it. It's just if you can strike with Allen's hot on this customer, let AI do its thing over here, you can still close that person, but there's a more efficient way to do it. So let AI do its thing. So I love that you brought up. Okay, I'm going to switch gears a little bit.
Well, and really, go ahead. Facts, not feelings, right? So if you look at the facts and the data, how many customers is that actually? So like 5? Is it 20? Like, what is that actual number? And think about the energy that you're wasting on that when you can apply it to the majority.
Well, you think, let's go with this, like so a good closing percentage we'll say is what? 12, 13%, maybe if you're good, 20%. So 80% of the leads you're not closing. Well, that means let the AI handles other 80%, because what you're going to do is just mark it as a bad lead. Oh, it's a bad lead. Oh, well, is it though? Because it might just be that you're overwhelmed. You don't have enough people. This could also then cut down on the expenses of not that the people that are there are you still need them. But now you can say, okay, bring AI in to handle all the other stuff that realistically you don't want to handle anyways. Like you don't want to handle that anyways. So let them do their thing. Like, yeah, I love it. So switching gears a little bit, you wear a lot of hats, not just at your direct job. Like you do, your face is everywhere. You're everywhere doing your thing. So you can tell us a little bit more about your role at WOCAN and promoting diversity in our wonderful automotive industry.
Yeah, I'm so excited to talk WOCAN.
It's so happy.
Passion. Yeah, this is like my passion project, right? Women in automotive and diversity in automotive. As a woman and a Latina, right? There has been I have been fortunate to be where I am in my career, but I have talked to so many who have not, and it has just been just something that makes my heart so happy when I connect people and I hear some of the stories and we're able to overcome different challenges. But WOCAN was started, it's a nonprofit started by 4 amazing women, Carrie Wise of AutoFi, Erica Wells, who's a GSM at Wells Automotive Group, Patrice Banks of Growth Auto Clinic, and Amanda Gordon of Gojo Auto. She's a Denver, so I think she's heading up the Denver Automotive Association, which is amazing, right? 4 powerhouse women started WOCAN at the height of everything going on with George Floyd in 2020, and just saw this opportunity to connect people together that were maybe encountering, and the conversations are really tough, especially for the workplace. And we were very divided in many ways, and it was very lonely for a lot of people too, because you didn't want to speak, or you were afraid to speak or share, and people were very free to share other thoughts. And regardless of that, it's like we are free to have our feelings and our thoughts and wherever you stand on things, but we also need people to feel welcomed, right? And there's a place and time for certain conversations, but WOCAN saw this hole, and it's when you look at the workforce, about 18 to 20% of the automotive workforce is women, and 6% of our workforce is women of color. So when you think about that number, it's kind of eye-opening. And when you look at our customer database, and you look around at your community, what does the diversity look like? Do your showrooms look like your customers that are walking in the door? And why aren't women and women of color feeling like there is an opportunity in the automotive industry for them? So it's just, it's a place where we can connect and share and also overcome together. We have some amazing allies in this industry. I am so fortunate that I have had amazing leaders and mentors that have helped me get to my career. And most of the time, it is somebody who doesn't look like me, right? That is at the top, but they see something in me, and they have seen something in me that I didn't see. I never in a million years thought I would be in this industry as long as I have and be where I am. But it's because I've been given opportunity to show what I can do because of my brain, not of a bias that is holding me back. And so I am trying to do the same for other women as well, and let them know it's not what you think it is in automotive. We have amazing people in this industry, amazing people. And there is definitely way more good than there are those bad instances that have happened that maybe they've encountered. And so that's all I hope to do, is to bring awareness and let them know that there is a place for them and they are welcome. And there's a place for all of us to really grow. Looking at, even yourself and your growth in your career. And I think about where I started 13 years ago, there were not very many women for me to connect with. Right. And you didn't really see them. I remember walking into my dealership in Minnetonka, Minnesota, my first day on the job. I had just moved across the country on, crazy enough, $1 an hour raise to move to Minnesota. But I had faith, right? I took a leap of faith that there was opportunity for me. And I walk into this dealership, and there is a female new car manager, Barb Bowman. Barb Bowman is a powerhouse female new car manager. And I am like, wait, what is happening here? This is so cool. I'm already feeling like I made the right decision to join this automotive group. And Barb, she's amazing. She's at the Maury's Automotive Group, Mazda dealership, still there. And we had this all-star team, and we were top 5 in the country for Mazda dealerships. And so it's just so cool to be a part of that team and have amazing women who I could look up to. And now to this day, I still have amazing women that I can look up to, and peers like yourself that we can connect and lift each other up and just show that there is a place for everybody here. And that's what WOCAN is. It's awareness, it's allyship, it's education, even working through like the youth and letting them understand that there is a career for them in automotive. I mean, it's not, we have to start finding, younger generations and getting them to think that automotive, isn't like, this shouldn't be a place that I never thought it should be. It should be a place I want to be. Right? Like I was talking to a saleswoman at a furniture store. I just moved to Houston and I'm shopping for furniture. And she's like, oh my gosh, I love cars. I just didn't know where I could like find a job. I'm like, well, you're a great salesperson. Like, why haven't you applied for a job at a dealership? She's like, I just never thought about it. Well, let's talk.
Yeah. No, I love that you brought that up. And it's, if you've been in, especially as a female, if you've been in the industry long enough, you were most likely, as myself, and I'm so glad to hear that you had a manager that was female. Like I was the only female when I first started, and it's when I first got in the industry, the first company I was with, when I left that company, I think that by the time I left, I think there were maybe 2 other women, female in the industry, but in the company. I say that to now bring this full circle is that I was working with a client and we were going through and we were looking at just some of their Facebook stats. And I just go, I've known them for a long time. And I go, okay, I'm just going to ask you all, do you have any females on your staff right now? Like sales, fixed ops, anywhere. I go, don't tell me in reception and don't tell me in your back. Like when I walk in, will I see a female on your showroom floor anywhere? No, Brooke. I go, okay. Do you have anyone that speaks Spanish on your showroom floor or any along those lines? No. Okay. They go, why are you asking? I go, well, first off, you should. Like, I shouldn't have to say that to you. Number 2, and they go, I think we know where you're going with this, Brooke. I go, I know we need to hire someone. So we're looking. I go, so right now, if we look at your Facebook stats, 80% of females are liking your page. You guys are targeting 80% male. So let's run the by. So 80% of females are liking your page, but 20% only male. But you're targeting 80% male. And your second language on Facebook is Spanish. So your target audience versus what you guys are, the people that are actually interacting. And I walk in, and if I don't see my face there, I don't see someone that looks like me, I'm not buying from you. Plain and simple. So we talk all about this, and too often we think it's, we think it's race, we think it's gender. If I look at like the median age thing, are we aging people? Are we having ages? And there's so many different layers to this. Once again, are we looking at these different things to say, oh man, I just, especially as a female, man, that's a whole other topic. And there's a reason why I brought Katie Mears on the show to talk about this. But there's so much to unpack what you said there. It's for so many reasons. And I love everything that you all are doing. And you brought up Patrice Banks, and for the love, if no one knows her, please look her up. Like her story is phenomenal. So yeah, phenomenal, everything that you all are doing, and just applaud it's the cause and just everything. And to do it at a time that the world was in a lot of turmoil, just to say the least. So
yeah, it probably wasn't, I know there weren't, it wasn't an easy thing for them to do, but it was the right thing to do at that time. And it was what we needed. I mean, I found WOCAN in the midst of all of this, and it was a very dark time for me. I lived in Minneapolis. It was a scary time for a number of reasons with the pandemic and everything that was happening. And then you add this and your city is on fire and there are people coming from all over the country. It was very intense. And on top of it, I was temporarily relocated to Kansas. I was living in Kansas temporarily during this time. So I was feeling alone for that because I was driving back and forth every other weekend to see my husband and my dogs and drive. And I was like doing this while everything was happening in Minneapolis. It was a really tough time. And when I found WOCAN, for me, it was just everything I needed that I didn't know I needed. And that is what we strive to do for other women. And it's been so beautiful to see, Brooke, these women come together and allies as well. And just like, how can we help we see that problem. I want to be Spanish speakers. I want more women on my showroom. How do I attract them? What do I need to do? Right. And that's where we can kind of help guide that conversation for you and connect, because we have a network of over 800 members. Over 800 members are a part of WOCAN right now.
That's incredible.
So
I did not know that. That's incredible.
Yeah, over 800 members. We have doubled in size, and pretty much every year we keep doubling that number from 200 to 400. We went from 400 to 800. And we have some amazing sponsors because, again, we are a nonprofit. This is just to serve the industry and the people in it.
Jeez. So taking this a step further is, what strategies does WOCAN employ to encourage more women of color to pursue roles in our incredible industry, particularly in positions of power and influence?
Yeah, so the strategies we're taking is education. We're offering workshops. So we actually just a few months ago launched committees in WOCAN. I'm an executive board member, right? So we have our founders, we have our board members, and we needed an extra layer because we are growing and we want to make sure that we're hearing what our members are wanting. And so we added some committees, and one of them is a learning and development committee. And that is going to be for entrepreneurship. It's for people who want to grow in leadership, and just provide some workshops for them. So they're working together with their sponsors to bring that forth for them. Super excited to get that rolled out over the next few months. And just connection. Like, we worked with a few of the kind of recruiting companies across the industry who are wanting to connect with us and help figure out how do we recruit and retain. And those are the conversations that we're having. You know, where are you looking for them? Where are you looking for us? How do you hope to find us? Are you paying us fairly? Right? Is it, we subconsciously, and if you look at any pay wage gap, right? We are very much aware where we fall on that totem pole. So making sure that it's a competitive offer and that the employee value proposition is there.
I'm going to take this a step further of saying, I'll say in your view, but I'm sure you've got stats behind this of the increased representation of women of color in positions of power, I'll say leadership, management in the automotive industry, and how that's going to benefit the entire industry as a whole, because I know it does. But I'm curious if you want to expand on this a little more. I don't know if you have any stats available off the top of your head on this. I just want to know if you can talk a little bit about this a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't have the stats on top of my head for it. I can tell you that most of the time we can count them on our hands, right? If we look at all of the manufacturers, just look at who's running those companies. We're super excited. We have somebody like Carrie Wise, who is in C-suite, right? Mm-hmm. I remember a year ago, an OEM came to us and they wanted to help find some diversity for new rooftops they were looking to award. And they were like, do you know any, women of color GMs? And it was so hard for us to think of names, but we've seen that grow. I look at, I'm not sure how familiar you are with the Hello Auto Group out of California. And you know them very well. And they have 6 stores. And of their 6 stores, 3 of them are female GMs, and they are all women of color. And if you ask them why, they're not looking. And I think that's the biggest thing, is we don't want a handout. Don't give me a handout because I'm a person of color and you're trying to grow your diversity. Yeah. Give it to me because I deserve it and I've earned it. And if you ask Chris Morris and Carl Schmidt and Joe Seppa, they will all tell you, I put the right person for the job in the job.
Yeah. And I think, and that's such a key point, is that having the qualifications there, and okay, did I get it based on merit or because you're trying to check a box? Like, that is like such a slap in the face. Like, I'm just going there. Otherwise, I'd get kicked off the show if I say anything else. Let's stop my own show here. But it drives me bonkers. It's
No, and sometimes if you want to know how to recruit more women, it's a tap of a shoulder, because most of the times we don't feel that we're qualified to do it. Oh. And if you were to actually just have some awareness, some connections, and tap us and tell us, hey, have you considered this position?
Yeah. And it just, our reach is much further than we know. And someone less qualified than us, that's usually our male counterpart, is going to apply for whatever. So we just have to get it through our minds to just, we're worth it. Like, just apply for it or go after whatever it may be. So I'm going to switch gears a little bit. So you have an incredible resume of your journey thus far throughout the automotive, and it's only going to get even more stellar. And so can you provide some examples of successful change management initiatives throughout where you are now, through Walzers, through Warriors, everything you've done thus far?
I mean, change management is a tough thing. And I think a lot of times we don't consider the impact of what it can do if you think through it properly, right? We're constantly like, let me sign up for this product. Let me get this thing going. Let me launch this process. Oh, I need to do this. But are you communicating with your team on why and what does this look like? Mm-hmm. And I think for change management, those are key. You have to have that communication. You have to have the buy-in from your sales team and your sales leaders. If they aren't, it's going to blow up. And not in a good way, right? Because they're not bought in, and they don't understand why, and they don't understand how it's going to benefit them. So when you're looking to do any process, when you're looking to make any change, 2019, we had, I was at Maury's and we had dissolved the BDC. Right. And it was a huge project undertaking between myself and Angela Schlens, who was the BDC director at the time, and our team. And we did this across the group. We had some centralized BDCs and we had some on-site BDCs. And we were just looking to change that because the customer had changed for us. And part of this was setting up a meeting with all the general managers and having them understand what was this going to look like. Having them feel supported. So we did trainings we held, I think Angela and I, for a whole week, we held trainings with GM, sales managers, salespeople, making sure they understood what was coming and what the expectation was for them. And then I followed it up with store visits, and I was in the store with them. And I look at how that process was, I don't want to say it was easy because it was a tough thing to do, but it was implemented very smoothly in the sense that we didn't see a dip in performance from it. And that's a concern, right, with any change. Is my performance going to change? Is it going to get better? And it was pretty smooth, but because we made sure we had a plan, we communicated it clearly, and this wasn't just all right, let's go do it. All right, ready, set, break.
Very true. And you bring up like a couple points here I want to expound a little bit more on, of not only challenges, but like making sure the process sticks. Like, that's number one. Number two is like, if you want to expound on this a little bit more, of what challenges you encounter when implementing a new process and how to overcome these to ensure that the change was effective and, once again, is lasting. Because so often we get into this and, oh, we saw this good thing at NADA and we're going to buy it. Okay, but why? Is it actually fixing a problem, or we're just buying it because it's a new shiny tool and we want to get it? So how do you go to implement those new processes and ensuring the change is going to be effective and it's going to last?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things you have to do is, how is this going to impact my business, right? On top of the people, we have to think financially. At the end of the day, we want to be successful. And so we can sign up for the shiny thing, but what is that going to do? What do I hope for it to achieve? And what is the ROI on that going to look like? What can I expect? So set goals for yourself. Set goals on, okay, this product is going to help me, let's just say, increase my appointment set percentage. Okay, here's where I am. In 30 days, I want to be here, and 60 here, and 90 here. Now, how am I going to implement that? Make a plan. How is this going to work into our process? And document it. Make sure you have documentation, because one, you don't have everybody who is starting this project with you isn't like they're not the same people you're going to have in 90 days, because we have turnover. There are things that happen. And so you need to make sure you have something that you can share and say, hey, by the way, here's our process for this. So when you onboard somebody, they're onboarded with the right set of tools that they need to be successful with it. Constantly watching that data. I mean, I'm a big data person. I like to say I'm not, but I actually just had a gift given to me yesterday that said, relax, I have a spreadsheet for that. So, so I guess I am a data person, but making sure that you're watching your data and that things are trending where they need to be and making pivots as needed. But I think that those are just a few things. It's just like looking at setting your plan, making sure there's a clear communication set forth, documenting it, and pivoting if needed. If you notice it's trending, what do I need to do? And utilizing, if it's a vendor, if it's not a process, if it's a tool, utilizing your vendor partners, right? They know who's using their tool successfully. They know who's got their product and is winning at it. So have them connect you with those people so you can take some tidbits from it.
So the one thing that I want to focus on there a little bit is the employee buy-in. Like that's a big one because we can talk about the communication. We can talk about, long-term adoption, but the only way to get that is if you have employee buy-in. And that's got to be from the top on down, because you can say that we're going to do all this, but that only works if it's at the very top, everybody is bought in. Because if the manager Bob over here, or manager Chrissy over here says, we're going to do this, but we don't really have to do it, then do you really think that the rest of the employees are going to be bought in?
Right.
No. And we've all seen it fail because not everyone is bought in. It's like, it's going to go away in a week. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's going to fail. 100% it's going to fail. So can you give an example of a significant process change at any of yours that resulted in substantial positive impact? And what are the key factor of implementing this?
Yeah, I mean, I believe in video. That shouldn't be news to a lot of people. I'm very much video culture centric and was utilizing it, 2015, maybe even before that, but doing appointment confirmation videos, right? But it had to come, again, from the top down with any process. And even today, I am talking with my sales. I had a meeting today with a sales manager, and they're like, we want to use video more. We know it's what the customer needs. It's how we're going to get ahead of our process and our experience. What do we need to do? And I asked the manager, are you sending video? Right. Yep. And so when I think about that change management and what has been successful, it's that people are seeing me do it. They're seeing their managers do it. And they're seeing that it's not just I'm not just talking, I'm walking the walk, right? And I'm not going to ask you to do something I'm not going to do myself. Mm-hmm. And I think that is really a key thing when it comes to getting that buy-in from your sales team is, are they seeing their leaders follow that process? Or are they just sitting behind a desk telling them what to do and pointing at them to do it?
It's such a big one. Do as I say, not as I do. Like, well, hold on, what is this? Okay, all right. So taking that a step further is, how do you envision the interplay between sales and marketing and the future of the automotive industry?
Yeah, I mean, sales and marketing really needs to have more of a blurred line. And I think sometimes they like to be separate. Leave me alone. I'm driving you the leads. I'm giving you what you need. I am so excited for this role that I'm in and this new opportunity, because I am the marketing director and I get to build that process and that what this looks like from day one, right? And I get to build a team that is going to understand that we aren't just marketing. We got to work with our sales team. I don't have a job if our sales team isn't selling cars and if our techs aren't fixing cars.
Yep.
They are the revenue drivers, right? And so I need to do everything I can to make sure they're successful, and that's working together. So what does that future look like? I think for a lot of people, it's bridging that gap and making sure that your sales teams are in communication with marketing and your marketing is in communication with the sales team. Because for marketing as well, we need to know what's not working. I can drive a lead source to you, but you can tell me the quality of that lead source, right? Hey, I keep calling these people and nobody's picking up. I keep calling them and they don't know how I got their info. I need to know that right away so I can make a change if needed.
Yeah. So in light of that, like in terms of the entire organizational structure of our entire business and inside of the dealership, communications, what changes would you suggest for smoother operations between the marketing department, the sales department? You've got fixed up, you have all these different silos. So in light of all that, is how all those departments, how do you make a better communications? How do you make this operation smoother?
I think having, I try to think of what in my time has really helped make me successful. And it was meeting with my marketing team every month and putting a plan together and working with them, making sure we understood what the specials were going to be for service or sales, right? And also making sure that we had a clear communication of what was the performance of the previous month and what worked and what didn't work. But if I were to say like, hey, if there's something I would suggest that you need to do now to keep these departments talking, it's having that monthly roundtable. Have a monthly roundtable with them and let everybody kind of understand what has happened, what they need to do to win. Whether you're a one rooftop group, regardless of how you're set up, this should be something that you're doing with your marketing department every month so they can understand. And I'm sure a lot of them are in constant communication, but just really listening to them. Because I know talking to a lot of sales teams, they don't feel, and even service, they don't feel heard from their marketing department.
No,
so
they don't.
We have to kind of humble ourselves all around. Sales as well, right? I mean, sales are very quick to say, this is a bad lead. This is junk. Why don't we ask, how did this lead get to me? How did this customer come? How were they driven to my website to submit a lead or what have you? And then that way you can understand how to follow up with that customer. How many times do you hear, oh, this is a trade lead. This is a customer just wanting to sell their car. But then if you do some research, depending on how that lead came to you, maybe they converted on a VDP, right? Mm-hmm. But we didn't know that. Marketing can help you understand that.
And that is so key when you look to qualify, was this a quality, opportunity, lead, whatever you want to call it, versus, we're just going to mark it bad. Well, are you actually looking at that? And GA4 is a whole other topic to get into. Like, you can actually see all that. Like, we can see, depending on how your website is set up, is that if they're a part of the ASC Council, you can see every hover, swipe, click, you see all of that. So now you can see whether they actually did convert. Did they go through the entire process? Hey, look, they're getting stuck here. And to your point is that, remember when I was in the dealership, I made it a point that like, hey, everyone in fixed ops, very ops, hey, what is it that you guys are trying to, what campaigns do you want to run? We make sure there's a budget for you. Not that you do have a separate budget from sales. Let's talk about what you want to do. Let's have some evergreen campaigns going on. Making sure that you're actually heard, because to your point, too often is that they're seen as the redheaded stepchild, when in fact you are the repeat referral business. Like, you're the retention. Without you, we don't have anything. Like, it is so important that you are heard. And we just can't forget that. Like, I love that you brought that up, and it's so key. I mean, everything that you've said, Juan, I hope that you all are taking notes, because there's been so much that you're throwing down that I really hope people will go back. You're listening to this, but you go back and you take some notes, you implement this at your dealerships, because you've seen from reception to the internet to BDC to marketing. I want to wrap up is that you're speaking at NADA, and I know that we've talked a little bit about this, but I want to do like a little teaser maybe about what you talk about at NADA.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I teamed up with two other of my cohort members for my 2022 Automotive News 40 Under 40 class. Yes, and we're kind of from all over. Brandon's in Hawaii, Gloria's on the East Coast. And Brandon actually just got his PhD and Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it's in change management. It's like the short, some of it. Gloria's in HR, and then you've got me who's been, operations and marketing. So we've got a little bit of everything covered here. And we're going to talk about exactly what we've been talking about this last few minutes, but change management. So how many of us go to NADA, we sign up for a product, and 3 months later, we're canceling that product? So we want to make sure that we're giving y'all the tools needed to launch successfully, ask the questions that you need to ask, and make sure that your team is ready to basically adapt to whatever it is we're looking to do, whether it's a process or a new product. So we're super excited. I'm first time three of us are first time NADA speakers. So we're super pumped to bring this to everybody at NADA in Las Vegas in February. So stay tuned for more details on that. But yeah, I'm honored and so incredibly blessed for the journey that I've had in this industry. And just want to share what I can to help move everybody along with us, right? I've been very fortunate to work with two amazing groups and amazing people, and sharing that knowledge and helping everybody progress and just being open-minded to what's out there, because sometimes we're a little scared to change, or we're a little scared, we're stuck and sometimes in our ways. I have my moments as well, and just working together and wrapping our arms around where this journey is going, because it is not slowing down. Customers are definitely, I think, telling us what they want when it comes to their shopping experience.
100%. They are. And if we would just listen and hear them, it would make everybody's life a lot easier. Everybody's life a lot easier.
But it's how I've always done it, Brooke.
Yeah, it's always been done this way. Yeah, so is Blockbuster, and you don't see them around anymore. So yeah, we can go back to the fax machine as well. Oh, well, actually, it is officially that time to jump into the lightning round with Ashley. So as always, we've got Ashley's link right down here for those who are watching. For those that are listening, how can they get in touch? You got the double fingers at this point.
Yeah.
At this point. How can the audience get in touch with you?
Yeah, I mean, I think the best way is look for me on LinkedIn. Just search me, Ashley Cavazos. Send me a direct message if you want to connect one-on-one, and definitely reach out if you have questions, if any of this interested you. I'd love to just talk through some of it and either help you or connect you. If you want to join WOCAN, please do. We're looking for more members. Always. Oh my gosh, come on, Ashley. We're always wanting to grow the team and get more members. We have an exciting event, in-person event, coming in Miami at the NAMAD convention. So, join now so you can come in, and allies are welcome. We had a sold out event last year, and it was so much fun and so beautiful to see that room come together the way it did. If you know Sandy Zanino, she heads up our allies for WOCAN. So no better person to get to know if you don't already, and she'll fill you in on what being an ally is for WOCAN. And yeah, just anything. I love getting to know people in this industry. I think we can all learn from each other. So reach out on the link right here.
If you haven't already, I will track you down and beat you until you connect with this woman. So please do, because I don't want to have to beat you, but I will. I will not be my first time. I will beat you. So second question here. Let's go with, name of the show was Facts, Not Feelings. So whether it's in your personal life or in your professional life, how are you distinguishing facts from feelings?
Gosh, this is a hard one because I am very feeling generated. I am definitely an empathizer, but sometimes you have to look at the data, right? And that for me is a big thing. As soon as I can tell that I am leading more with what I'm feeling, what is my gut telling me, and I'm not 100% sure of what is guiding the answer, then I look at the data, whatever it may be, and that will tell me what I need to know.
Didn't you just have a sign behind you, something about Excel? We have an Excel sheet for that?
Yeah, here, let me grab that.
See, there we go. Relax. I have a spread. So she's got spreadsheets she's working with here. So there we go. She's got data. All right, let's go with, what is your favorite car?
Oh gosh, it's so funny. We were talking about this earlier, how so many people in this industry don't have a favorite because we love them all. But for me, I love the Porsche that Jake Ryan drives in 16 Candles. And I don't know if it's just because it is Jake Ryan in 16 Candles, but I remember one day I was in Wichita at our campus, and somebody traded in that car, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like where is he? Where's Jake Ryan? Yeah, I'm like, can I sit in it? Can I be like, yeah,
Please, pretty please.
yeah.
All right, let's finish up with, you can go anywhere in the world, your favorite vacation spot, where you heading?
Oh my gosh, I've always wanted to go to Greece. I think that would be definitely like a bucket list item. I'm kind of excited. So we just moved to Texas. We've been gone for 10 years. All of my vacation time has been coming home to see family. So now that we're here, we can actually take vacations and go somewhere. So we booked our first one. Yeah, so we booked our first one. I have been 3 times, but my husband has never been to Disney World. So we are going to Disney World in March next year.
So no joke is when I was 4 years old, I went to Disneyland. What I remember was it actually kind of traumatizing, which is weird to say about Disneyland, but I'd never been to Disney World or really as an adult. So I went to Disney World for my very first time last year, I think it was last year, but same thing. As an adult, it's weird to say that you've never been to Disney is kind of weird. And so I crossed it off the list. So I'm excited. Yeah.
That's exciting. Yeah. And then this is like a crazy, probably super easy, should be an easy trip, but I'm a small town kid from a small Texas town and have never been to the Big Apple and always dreamed about it. So I've always dreamed of going to New York at Christmas time. And now that like Hamilton is a thing, that is like on my list of places to go. I want to see Hamilton on Broadway and go see Rockefeller Center and do the whole deal.
Nice. So have you seen Hamilton at all? Or you
Yes.
just want to, okay, you have seen it. Okay. Making sure. You got to see that. So that's a must. You got to make sure you see that. That is one of my favorite. And before I got into automotive, my background's in the medical field, but I worked with Broadway shows that toured around the world. So I'm a bit of a Broadway. I love Broadway shows for sure.
Fun facts about Brooke.
Yeah. No, I don't. I'm not at all musically talented at all, but I was their physical therapist and company management with Broadway shows. So yeah.
That's so cool.
Shows come here. I'm like, so who's gonna hook me up with tickets? Or who's going to assist with the ticket prices? Now I love it though. Hamilton is phenomenal. So that's good bucket list there. I like that. Well, Ashley, thank you so much for being on the show. I so appreciate it. As always, everyone, if you have not had a chance to connect with her, check her out, connect with her. As you just saw and listened, she is a wealth of knowledge. And as always, everyone, find a way to serve today, help your fellow neighbor, your coworker, whether that is opening a door or just a kind smile, and help someone and just make their day, be the joy in someone's life today. And with that, everyone, we will see everybody next week.